first thing you've got to figure out is you've got to figure out what the hell you are going to sell. What the hell you're going to sell. And you may choose to sell something like this, okay? Something like this. But whatever it may be, you've got to figure out what the hell it is you're going to sell. And once you've done that, you need to figure out what people call that on Amazon, okay? Amazon is a search engine. That's what it is. It's a search engine for products, meaning people go to Amazon, they then type something in to Amazon. They type something in and they've got a problem they're looking to solve. They go looking for the solution for it, okay? But it all starts with them typing something in. That is called a search term, otherwise known amongst our circles as a keyword, okay? And here's the difficult part about that. Your customers are not consistent. Some people will call it one thing, others will call it other things, okay? So what I suggest you do is I suggest you take a little mini straw poll with members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. You may want to talk to some people in the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, show them the thing you're going to sell and say, what is this? What's this? I'm just going to tell you, oh, that's a whatever it is, okay? That's what that is. And then write those things down and you'll be amazed at the different interpretations, subjective evaluations that people give for that same thing. It's incredible, okay? But then you've got some potential search terms that your customers would type in. So now you can put your product onto Amazon and you'll be a bazillionaire. Well, not quite. There's a few more things in the way because now you've figured out exactly what your thing is. You then need to figure out how to get Amazon to show your thing to potential customers. Okay, so once you've figured out what your thing is, it's not what you think it is, it's what your customers think it is. Once you've figured that out, you've then got to get Amazon to show it to those customers when they do a search. There are two ways of doing that. There's two ways of getting your thing to show up on Amazon when somebody does a search on Amazon, okay? Both of them cost money. Both of them cost money, okay? Way number one is the money upfront way, and that is PPC, pay per click, okay, which is Amazon's cash cow at the minute. It's pretty difficult to launch a product on Amazon and to successfully maintain a product on Amazon without PPC now. So if you haven't figured PPC out, then Jeff is getting mighty wealthy off of the back of your PPC budget, okay? So that's the first way of getting your product to show on Amazon, is to use PPC. It's fast, it's simple, and it's effective, okay? But it's expensive. It's expensive. Keyword prices are going up. That's only going to continue. There's no end to that. So how else can you get your product to show up on Amazon? Well, a little scroll further down. Oh, what a nice fluffy rabbit. And we come to this, our very, very first organic search result. Organic search result. That sounds very new agey. Oh, little burp. All that really means is you're not paying for PPC. That's all that means, okay? So it's there organically. And so that begs the question, how the hell do you get there organically? Well, the number one metric that Amazon checks when it decides whether or not your product should rank on Amazon is whether or not you will make sales for that given search term. Okay. So Amazon's own internal metrics, I suspect, one of the most important would be amount of money made per given search performed on their platform. I would imagine that's one of their most important metrics. Okay. Another way of saying that is ROI, return on investment, for every search performed. Okay, that's another way of saying exactly the same thing. What the hell does that mean? Well, what Amazon wants to do is it wants to maximize the amount of money that is made by every single person who goes to Amazon and types something in. Okay, so if your product sells for every 100 searches of fluffy toys, if your product makes 10 sales and the next product makes 9 sales, your product will show up highest. That's the simplest way to think about SEO. Okay, whichever product makes the most sales for any given search term, specific search term, that product will rank the highest on Amazon. Meaning, if you want to rank high on Amazon, what you have to do is you have to outsell other products for that given search term. So if this product right here is making 10 sales a day, 10 sales out of every 100 searches that are performed, this product makes 10 sales. Your job is to get your product to make 11 sales for that same search terms. If you do that, you will rank higher. You will rank in that top spot. Okay, simple as that. That's the simplest way to think about PPC. So now we'll be billionaires. We know about SEO, we know about PPC. Now we'll be billionaires. Well, not quite. So now you've figured that shit out. Next thing to figure out is your product details page. Now you've got to start making sales for your product. So you figured out what your product is, you've got it to rank. Now you've got to make sales on Amazon. There's 2 elements to making sales on Amazon. Okay. Element number 1 is where we are now. This particular thing. So we've done a search. Okay. Fluffy toys for kids is our search. We are then presented with a what's called a search engine results page. Search engine results page, just the results that we get after we've done the search. Okay. So this is stage 1 of our money-making endeavors. So here's where we have to do the most work to make sales, the most work, because here is where it is the most competitive. We have now got a whole raft of other things competing for that sale on any given Amazon search engine results page. There's approximately 60, give or take, depending on the category, competing products, all after that customer's money. Okay, that customer's money. So what are the tools in our arsenal to convince the customer to take the single most important step of the process in making money, which is getting them to click through to the product details page? Because if they're here, it's much easier to get them to buy. Much easier, but you got to get them here. It's like being in a Westfield shopping center. Okay. If they're just outside wandering through Westfields, Your job as a retailer is to get them into your shop. That's your only job. That's what the storefront does, okay? Once they're in, you can sell them shit. If they don't come in, you can't sell them anything at all, okay? So we have 4 things at our disposal to get them to click and come and see our what's called product details page, which is what I just showed you. Those 4 things are this big fuck off image. That's called, not the fuck off image, the hero image is what that's called. I don't know why it's called the hero image, but it is a unbelievably important thing on Amazon. Get it right, much, much easier to make money. Get it wrong, pretty impossible. Here's where your money should be spent, on images, massively important. And you can tell it's important because of the amount of real estate Amazon gives it on this page, okay? It's 50%, look. So there's that, and then there's the image. The image gets 50%. So we know it's important, and it is important. It's also at the top. So image, very, very important. We also have what's called the title. That's also hugely important. We get to play with that. My advice to you is to put your brand name first, followed by your most important search term. Do those 2 things. Amazon will love you long time. Next thing is the ratings, the number of ratings you've got, depending on the category. That is either hugely important or a little bit important. And then price, and depending on the pay-in that particular customer is in, the price is either hugely important or not very important. When you're selling something to a parent, as we are now, price becomes fairly irrelevant. What's more important to a parent than price when you're selling to kids? Question for you. What is more important for a parent when you're selling to kids? Safety. Well done. So demonstrate safety, bada boom, bada bing. Price becomes, I don't care. I'm happy to pay more as long as my child doesn't die. Lesson for everybody in that. So anyway, so they're the 4 important things. Next, once you get them to click, well, again, here's our important thing. So what a lot of searchers tend to do is they tend to do what we've just done and then add to cart, and they'll tend to add 4 or 5 things to their cart that they're kind of interested in, and then they tend to go back and choose the one thing before checking out, okay? That's what tends to happen. So again, when you look at a cart, actually, let's just add that to the cart. I'm not logged in, am I? So go to cart. They'll come here. Look at what we see. Okay, so again, the hero image, very, very important. Oops. And the title, also very, very important. Okay, so again, these are the important things for us to pay attention to when we're actually putting together our own product details pages. That was a video from the regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie online entrepreneurs. There's over 2,500 of us now, not just here in Australia, indeed right around the world, and growing. We're the fastest growing community of professional e-commerce entrepreneurs, certainly here in Australia. Sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, a couple of different ways of doing that. Of course, you should absolutely subscribe to this channel, post brand new money making information each and every day, but you should also get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au, or you can just Google that, Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, and then you'll find us that way too. With that being said, hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. But remember to subscribe, and if you've got any questions or comments, comment below and I'll answer them personally for you. With that being said, bye.